During my university, I was working a 9-to-5. I was studying construction. It almost felt like I was trapped. I stumbled across trading, and that kind of sparked the initial interest. So then I started seeing Forex, and I started seeing all these people like turn over ridiculous money through prop firms. I just instantaneously fell in love with it. Without a good emotional regulation, you cannot succeed in this game. Everything that I need is within, and that's it. My name is Ibby, and I am a 22-year-old funded trader from Rochdale. So my early life shaped me in the way in which I began to have hard work and determination. From young, I've always been taught with integral values that hard work and determination is truly what makes a person successful in this world. When I was young, for example, I was in the lowest ability table in primary school. And this was a very strange situation because my parents knew I had like intelligence, but it wasn't getting delivered in a certain way. So then they started working on me. They started teaching me, helping me develop. And very soon after, I became one of the highest achievers in my school. And this was obviously a testament to the fact that hard work and determination are core values that you can reciprocate into anything in this world. And that is something that they shaped within me, and is something that I believe has truly been crafted from very young. During my university, I was working a 9-to-5. I was studying construction, engineering, management. And within my third year, I ended up doing a placement year. What was going through my mind was largely understanding that this is simply it. In my mind, I almost felt defeated and like almost controlled and enclosed into this world that I didn't want to be in. I very much thought that I wanted to go to university because that's what I'm told to do. I went to a grammar school. I grew up like in a sort of education that was natural transition, was from school, you go to university. So every single one of my friends went to university basically, which is crazy, but it wasn't really for me. I still wanted to pursue it. I still wanted to engage with it. But then my placement year came and it was kind of heart shattering. It almost felt like I was trapped. I wanted to flourish essentially because a 9-to-5, it isn't my identity, to be honest. And I've always known that, and that just confirmed it for me. I think it's important to try things 100%, don't get me wrong, that's why I was there, that's why I did it. But I'm happy I did it because from that point there and that transition, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, pursue something entrepreneurial. I very much have that mindset. Same with my brother, same with me. We have that sort of mindset within us, and we have this internal battle of we need to do more, we need to push ourselves, we need to experience more in this world. And the 9-to-5, I didn't enjoy it. Every single day I was going in thinking, this isn't for me, this is not where I want to be. And it was a little bit gutting, but that made me pursue trading 10 times harder, and that made me get to the position that I am here. So I'm extremely thankful for it. But in terms of actual university experience, absolutely amazing overall. When I was about 16, maybe even younger, 15, I'm gonna say, I stumbled across trading 212. And me and my friends, about 6 of us, were having a competition. Who can make the most money on stocks on trading 212? So you start with a 100K account and you try to see how much you can make. So I started seeing these figures like turning over, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, how are you just able to do this? And that kind of sparked the initial interest. So I was doing that for about 6 months. No definitive strategy or anything like that, just purely like fundamentals and like looking into the companies. But it was enjoyable, and I thought, you know what, if you could actually do something with this, that'd be the coolest job ever. A few years later, I was trying to experiment with things. So I was about to go to university and I wanted to see, can I make an income through online sort of things? And I did drop shipping. Then I just kept seeing trading videos and it kept popping up, it kept coming on my feed, and it felt like something was calling me back to trading. So I started trading stocks again because that's what I knew from when I was younger. But then I started seeing Forex, and I started seeing all these people like turn over ridiculous money through prop firms, etc., etc. And I started idolizing these people naturally, thinking, God, I want to be like them. So I started trying to learn about Forex, get into it through different YouTube videos, different resources, and I just instantaneously fell in love with it. There's like anything I've ever done in my life I've not been truly passionate for. This was the first time I sat down with myself and thought, I love this. I'm very much the type of person, if you have a dream, chase it. No matter who you are out there, if you have a dream, pursue it and go at it long enough to the point where it actually works out for you. So this was the first time I loved something and I was not willing to let it go. I was doing university, balancing that whilst also trying to pursue trading. And it's a little detrimental because you lose a little bit of focus whilst you're at uni, but naturally, I'm a hard worker, and I truly believe that like anything I want to do, I can do. So I managed to graduate with a first class honours, I managed to get all this funding, and I was extremely happy with how it actually came about. It was brilliant and it was all fell in perfect place. The thing that made me think that trading was something that you could actually live off was seeing people post payouts and the turnover. Like, it was ridiculous. So at the time of my job, when I was like getting into it, I was making probably about 2K a month. And I saw these people posting payouts of 10K every other day. I was like, how? So I knew no matter what they're doing, whatever it is, I am able to replicate that regardless. I believe in myself and I believe I have enough passion and desire to replicate that. So I thought to myself, if they can do it, why can't I? And that's something that I just strive for. So the reason I believe that psychology is the foundation of trading and so much more important than strategy is because without psychology, without a good emotional regulation, you cannot succeed in this game. It's plain and simple. You can understand your strategy to a T. You can have perfected it over time to a T. But if you're not emotionally regulated, you're going to do silly errors. You're going to do things like emotional trading, over risking, revenge trading, all these little attributes. So I teach people as well. I help people learn. And quite often, a lot of their trades that they send me, which are losers, derives from these psychological issues of impatience, taking a loss, and all these little things. And you need to really detach from the outcomes in trading. What you need to do is just fall in love with the process. Understand that every single trade has to be executed with high conviction. You can't sit there and just take a trade for the sake of taking a trade. You have to be patient. You have to have emotional regulation at all times and understand the only way you will actually succeed in this game is if you're psychologically sharp. I also think, as well as being psychologically sharp in trading, it needs to be replicated outside of life. You can't be the type of person who gets up at 11 o'clock. You can't be the type of person who doesn't go out and does things. You have to also show discipline in real life for it to translate into trading. You can't sit there and have bad habits and expect trading to work out. It has to be replicated in all aspects of life, and that's what truly helps you develop your psychology as well. Because if you're doing exercise, you're constantly in a good emotional state, you're going to be naturally more emotionally regulated on the charts. My short-term goals are to continue scaling with trading, like make my current situation even better, keep on building, keep on growing, and as well as that, I want to own at least a couple of properties by the end of this year for renovation purposes. So my brother, also a huge inspiration of mine, he currently does properties, renovates them, etc., etc. And I'd love to go on a joint venture with him. It'd be absolutely amazing and something that I truly would derive a lot of happiness from. I have a lot of long-term goals. The main one is creating a charity for mental health. And that is something that I think is the natural step there. Building other avenues of wealth, building other things that are like passive income. And that would be absolutely brilliant because it'll continue to make me grow as an individual financially, and then eventually, hopefully one day I can create that happen, make the charity a real thing. So the reason like creating a charity is so like important to me is because a lot of people around me have experienced mental health issues. I firsthand witnessed the vulnerability of a human. They're really close individual, families, friends, some of the closest people to me have experienced it. I've seen them slowly like deteriorate mentally, and it's absolutely heart-shattering. And at such critical ages, when you're young, it can largely influence your life, and I really want to be that person who can help create a change and actually do something impactful that will mean that these people get the attention that they have and need to deserve, because it's owed to these people. They're lost souls in society, and it's like the vulnerability that they individually experience it's unmatched, and you can't even fathom what it'll be like unless you're that person who experiences these mental health issues. So I just want to do that. That is the absolute goal. One of the most important things in this world is being kind to others and being like a humble individual. And I think being flashy is the route to ego. I feel like having that within you is a negative thing because it fuels all these other emotions of I'm better than these people, I'm this, I'm that. I understand it in a sense of if you want to market yourself right and you want to essentially, like if I had a course and I wanted to sell a product, then it makes sense because you want to essentially show what you have and give yourself some form of like proof. But to me, I'm not the type of person who wants to just go around flexing cash, doing that sort of thing. It's just never been something that I enjoy. I think happiness derives from within, not externally. So I don't care what other people think. I don't care what people would think about a new watch, a new car, anything like that. I think everything that I need is within, and that's it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more documentaries like this.